I take knuckles and I rake to the inside here. I'm going to take the other side right here with this. But I'm going to make a step to the inside where I'm going to go, he punches, but I'm right here with this, where I have this. Now from here, I don't want to waste a motion because I still am concerned about this hand. If I have this here, I can use this to strike toward the inside here, and then I can trap the other hand in and go forward. So with this, I'm stepping off in, right in with that towards the jaw, towards the face, and there. So I'm going to go, he's going to punch me. I'm going to move offline here. This hand is striking knuckles, kind of up towards this nerve here, but kind of just sort of dead arming him there. And this is going to the inside. Let's turn so they can see on this side, where I'm going to move it 1, 2, right here. I'm using the hand that's extended out because that's the closest weapon I can use to trap that other hand. Because when he's striking, he's going 1, 2, because that second hand's going to come in. So I'm not going to, waste the motion. I'm going to go, 1, 2 here. If you're a Hapkido person, it might be 1, bring the hand out. I might be able to grab a finger and start getting locked. But I don't want to get too fancy. I just want to remove the barrier to make my attack. So I go where I wipe this way, 1, strike knuckles up, here, 2, there. Let's start with my neck.
That's one of the moves that we use. I'll show you.
This drops down.
Come across here, cut the head. I stepped on your foot. And then I go ahead and throw you.
This first one we were going kind of vertical and horizontal at the same time. You also have where you can go kind of the same vein where you can go double outward, where he strikes, where I can go double outward here. I'm taking this hand, striking outward, and this is striking to the inside of the wrist here. Kind of a nice soft tissue. This, you can take you can take hits, you can take cuts there. You don't want to take cuts, but there's not a lot of important stuff here. The important stuff as far as hand flexion and whatnot is all in here, that soft tissue. So that's where I want to strike. So I go both sides in here, this to the inside of the arm, this side to that part, and then I can still trap and hit there. Now let's talk about using a similar motion, but we're going to flip what our hands are doing. Before we were going double outside, or kind of that vertical. Now we're going to go double inward. So with this one, he's striking. I'm going to have one hand to go into the inside parrying. The other hand is also going to come to the inside, and I'm going to step off this way. So when he comes in, I'm going to step in, and I'm kind of almost guiding his arm into this strike here. When I do this, I'm just going to kind of roll, trap this hand down, and hit here. So when he punches, it's going to be 1, 2, right there, with that. So in a lot of Filipino arts, we have what we call like a triangle footwork, or defensive triangle, or female triangle, whatever you want to call it. But I'm just kind of moving along this line, where if this is his center line, this is my center line, I'm just going to take a quick step off that center line, and then step back on that center line to attack. So when that comes in, I step offline here, so now I'm away from that open hand, and then I'm coming back in, and I'm also affecting his balance there, where he doesn't have a foot there. That's where I want to take him. So it's one where when that comes in, here, right there, I'm hitting him where he doesn't have a balance point. So I can kind of create some distance, and then you can follow up however you will after that. So, one more time, double inward gunting. As I step out, I trap the arm, I get this elbow kind of checked and pinned to him with my palm. Sometimes people will support this way. A lot of times somebody has a knife or another weapon, they'll kind of get to this position to kind of keep someone away. But if it's just empty hands, then I can just go 1, 2, right here with that. So this is your double inward gunting. Okay, so you're going inward.
Go ahead and tap.
So this hand. Getting too fancy here because it's just a really quick motion. But with this one, I'm guiding away, same time strike. The same time I'm parrying this is the same time I'm bringing this up to hit, and then I trap and hit. I change my angle to about a 45 degree to him. He has no balance going this way. And that's where I want to attack. with that, we're still going to work getting offline. You know, he strikes, up, right in here. So teaching speed. Offline, I'm parrying and striking upward toward the elbow. I'm just going to kind of do this rolling motion to trap the hand. As I do this, this foot is going to step forward as I'm trapping to give me a little bit more kind of reinforcement there. If I just reach, or if I go here and I reach to trap, see how I have no force behind it. But with this, I'm going to just move offline and then I'm stepping right to where he doesn't have a balance point. And that's going to off balance him as I'm delivering that shot to that hit. So slowly, one, move offline and strike. I step and trap and I hit at the same time. So it's going boom, boom. I want my parry and I want my trap and hit to be same time strikes. There's a principle in Filipino martial arts called sabayan, which means same time striking. You know, we have something called bisecting the lines. When we read a punch, that's bisecting the lines. I'm hitting him before attack time. Sabayan, same time, right there. You want to do this with, if he throws like say a 1-2. Because if he throws a 1-2, I can parry one down, and then next one comes in, I can hook and kind of come back around. So if he jabs here, I can go one, the other one comes in, two, and I'm right here. Where I'm using, I can do that on a kind of figure 8 motion, or if I've got the space and the time, depending on my footwork, if I'm in front of him, I like to use the figure 8 more because it's a little quicker. If I've got the time where if he's like really throwing that hard one this side, then I'll move here and I'll pick up that elbow to get him off balance. But if he's boxer and quick 1-2, I'm going to go 1-2 with that, where I'm just doing kind of a like I say, a figure 8 motion. And notice how when I do it, I'm not just going all arm. I'm turning full body with that. I'm putting that full coordination in there. So with this, the first one striking down here, second one here, and then I get my trap. And I'm right there, kind of set for that carotid bulb area with that. So I'm using that first hand do the work of 1, 2, and then 3, I'm trapping and hitting at the same time. There's just a little more Arnis heavy than Kelly heavy. Arnis likes playing in front of people because we like to play the mid-range to short range, but that's a lot of trapping and a lot of you're setting up that alignment. So with that, he strikes, 1, 2, slowly. 1, I parry this down. 2, I'm bringing this just up and across to make contact. To be nice, I'm using the heel of my hand. In real, I'd use this both times. I use the hard end here. And then once I get that out of the way where you see he's kind of turned out, he's not square to me anymore, where he's strong, he's turned out, then I'm going to just trap. And when I do the trap, I like to put their elbow in their pocket. Because if I just touch, I don't get anything. If I push, he might be bigger than me where the push might not do anything. But if I think where if I go 1, 2, and I take this elbow to that pocket, that collapses him, which puts his head out further, forward, which is good. So let's turn this way. I strike 1, 2, 3. And they should be kind of stumbling backward there. So again, 1, 2, 3. With that. I'm just doing that figure 8 motion. We'll cover the SINWALI motion after that. I figure if you're doing a jam and you're stuck in front of them and they're doing a quick 1-2, then that's one where I go 1, 2, 3, right there. That. Go here, up, then that one comes up here. Bring that around.
That'd be bad for you.
Doesn't have much.
I thought there was like some choke. You mentioned it's warming up now.
About if they start with the left lead, because we're doing something with the weapon hand and the right hand, but oftentimes people are left lead. So we're going to start out with kind of a similar motion like we were doing with that double, kind of that vertical and inside motion, but we're going to stay attached at this point. So with this one, he strikes, I'm going to strike here and then elbow here. And see how I have this high. If he decides to reach across, I then circle down and I get to my position here. Strikes here, I'm bringing this across, I'm raking the knuckles here, I'm hitting, and I'm going to attach right at the wrist, elbow. From here, I keep this locked out, and I'm ready to move. He reaches across the other hand, and I'm going to try to get to the inside of this arm. If he does it to the other side, then other things can do from there. But it's one where, again, he strikes here, elbow shock here, that comes in, I parry this down, I get across here, and then I strike. Or I go to what we just did.